Well, I mean, the game in itself, right? Disappointed in the loss, certainly. But there's a game within the game, right? I mean, I think you start with the first half where our inability to sustain anything on the offensive side of the ball put our defense on the field for over 50 plays. So at the end of the day, when you put it all together for 4 quarters, we didn't play complementary football, which you have to do in this league. You have to be able to complement your offense and defense. And we were out of sync with that. When our offense started to move the ball a little bit, our defense couldn't make a stop. In the first half, we couldn't do anything offensively. We settled for a field goal, or in one instance, we throw a pick down there. We just couldn't get this whole group playing together with the same effectiveness that you need to win games like this. So this is not about they didn't play hard. They got to play fast and free and physical, but they got to know that they have to complement each other. And we can't play this game of, well, we're going to play well defensively for a bit, then we're going to play okay on offense for a bit and go back and forth. This team has to click on all cylinders, and we're not clicking on all cylinders right now. I believe in this team. I love this group. They're really good football players, but we got to get them to complement each other on a day-to-day basis. And in terms of the game itself, not a day-to-day, they prepare very well. So those are my observations. Let's take some questions.
Coach, when it comes to that complementary football, how much of that was maybe affected on the offensive side just by Garrett's health, and did he ever re-aggravate anything during the game today?
Whose health?
Garrett's health.
No, I mean, look, Garrett Nussmeier's got to play better. Every player on offense has got to play better, and then we have to be more consistent on defense. I mean, we there's not one guy that you will put out, Koki, and go, well, that was the reason why we lost. There's many players that have to play their best when their best is needed. We weren't very good on third down, right? We've been a really good third down team. We have to be better on third down, and that's not just Garrett. That's we got to get open. Our coaches got to get our guys in a position where they can make some plays. And look, you saw it. We struggled with completing a deep ball, where they did very, very well completing the deep ball. So I don't want to go too long on the answer, but this is not a Garrett Nussmeier problem. This is an entire football team of guys doing their job at a higher level.
Rob, you had no penalties in the first quarter, the third quarter, one in the fourth quarter, but the second quarter was a disaster. Can you talk
Yeah, we had 4 penalties on defense on the one drive, and they're our best players. And so, look, whether it's a PI or it's a late hit, those are our best, and so, you want your team to be aggressive, but we have to play with composure. That drive was so different than anything that they have shown this year, and that's what makes it frustrating for them too.
John,
you feel like Garrett's throwing the ball with the usual velocity that Garrett throws with when he's in his prime or playing at his best?
I mean, the quarterback is going to get micromanaged when you lose games. I get that, Jacques. Look, all I can tell you is, he's healthy. And, again, I think he would tell you, just like Tyree Adams would tell you, just like Chris Hilton would tell you, Barrow Sharp would tell you, we need to play better and more consistent on the offensive side of the ball.
Jared? Brian, you talked about the defense needing to play at its best. How much of this is asking them to do too much at this point?
Well, I mean, clearly we held on for dear life in the first half because we put him on the field for 50 plays. But that wasn't the case in the second half. We didn't have B-gap security. The ball got outside our defense. We had some untimely penalties, and we couldn't get off the field on third down. And they weren't tired. You know what I mean? We just didn't execute at the level that we've been executing at defensively in the second half. And now we're starting to move a little bit and get some rhythm on offense, and now we're not having that same rhythm on defense, right? So Yeah, I think the question is valid for the first half. But the second half, it's we have to play better.
Brett, Chambliss he can make it hard, I guess, to get off the field on third down. I mean, what did you think of the difficulty he gave you guys?
I mean, the game's in the balance. It's 3rd and 14, right, at the end of the game, and we're in cover 2, and they throw a dig on us. Like, we got 5 under on that, we should eat that up, right? So he's a good football player. There's no doubt. I mean, he makes things happen. But we had them in situations on third down. We let him out. We let him out when we had him backed up on that drive that we just mentioned with the 4 penalties. So he's a really good player, and I don't want to take anything away from him, but we did not help in many of these circumstances.
Court.
Brian, do you feel like there was enough commitment to the run game early today?
Yeah, when you're up against it, you're trying to carve it out. You're trying to do the best you can. We clearly ran it better in the second half. We had 24 plays. We had 24 plays. It's hard. The game is hard to call when it's one-dimensional in that sense, right? So, I mean, I'll watch the film and I'll do a deep dive on all of those things, but it was hard to get the kind of balance you want with 24 total plays in the first half.
Colin.
Weston Davis going out early before the game started. Anything affecting the offense there?
Well, we started a true freshman at right tackle. Karius Curran didn't know he was going to start until 22 minutes on the clock in pregame. I'm proud of him. He went in there. He's not afraid. He's not perfect. But I'm proud of the kid. He went in there and he battled his butt off.
And it's a long season, and you're not even to the halfway point. What's the message to your team?
Well, you hit it, right on the head, Mike. It's a long season. We're disappointed with today. Ole Miss was the better football team today, but tomorrow comes, and we have to realize that. I love the way this team prepares. We have to perform better. Our performance was not good enough today, and that performance has to be synchronized with both offense and defense. We can't play sporadic football where we have spurts of really good offense and spurts of really good defense. We have to put that together. And that starts with your players recognizing that they have to do their job, not somebody else's, and they do.
Brian, I know you mentioned not one specific player, but can you point to any themes maybe on offense that you think need to be remedied, coming out of the first month of the season?
Yeah, I think one of the things we saw today is the inability to hit the big play down the field. Ole Miss did a great job in some one-on-one matchups. They got a couple of plays that really extended their drives and gave them scoring opportunities. We didn't make a big catch down the field outside the numbers. We made some really good catches inside the numbers in the hash, but you got to hit some of those plays, and we didn't hit any of them.
You mentioned the ineffectiveness on third down on offense, but on defense, I think they were 10 of 18 on third and fourth down with conversions. I mean, what did you see on those downs?
Well, I think I just went over one of the big ones, right? We're in cover 2. I think Blake makes a great call here, and we don't do a very good job on the dig route where we have 2 defenders underneath it. We just didn't execute at the highest level, and it's kind of what I told you guys and I told the team. I'm telling you the exact same thing I said to them. It's a long season. This is a disappointing loss. I felt that we had the personnel to come in here and win this football game, and we didn't play up to the level that we're capable of. So I have to look at what's our preparation like. Our players feel the preparation was excellent. They've got to perform at a higher level, and we got to put them in good positions to perform at that level.
We have time for 2 more.
So the biggest thing, or one of the biggest things, first half, you could have separated the score, put some points on the scoreboard because your defense was playing so well, and that didn't happen for you. Is that one of the bigger themes that you kind of talked about?
Well, I think I don't think you just say the first half. I think we needed to play better defense in the fourth quarter, right? And so it's this clear understanding that you can't play in spurts. You have to play complementary football. That will get you victories on the road. We couldn't get that complementary football, especially in the second half. We know what happened in the first half, but we had a whole other half to go. And if we played really well complementary football in the second half, we got a chance to win that football game. We just couldn't do it.
Koki, last one.
And with going to Harlan more in the second half, what was sort of the thought process behind going to the freshman a little bit more running back?
You know, I think, Koki, we've been in a rotation. I think I've said it to you, right? We're going to use them all, right? And Frank really feels like when he's got a guy that's seeing it, feels hot, he's going to keep him in the game, right? We played Caleb. Obviously, Jawan played. We played all three of them. I don't think there's anything to read into that, you know, all of a sudden he's the starting running back or, you know, he's a guy that needs to get more carries. He deserved what he got today. He earned it. But I think we were just, it was what Frank felt was the best guy at that time.
Thank you, Coach.
Good. Thank you.
Brian.
Appreciate it.